In today's episode, our hero embarks on an incredible journey, discovering that there are far more Pokemon cards to collect than he ever imagined. He's now set on collecting the most prestigious cards in existence, PSA 10 First Edition. Will he rise to the challenge and catch them all?
I've been reflecting a lot on my card collection lately. And you know, on the previous video I said that I will collect base set Pokemon cards, and of course I will. But my childhood is much bigger than that. I had a lot of Pokemon generations come and go, and obviously Kanto and Johto are like the two OGs. So my thought was, within Kanto and Johto, there are a lot of, series, or yeah, I think that's what you call it. You have the base set, which I talked about. You have the Neo Genesis. You have Jungle, you have Fossil, you have obviously Gym Leader, you have Team Rocket, and Light and Dark. And those were the ones that I remember from my time when I was younger. So I decided not only am I going to collect premium cards of base set and Neo Genesis, I decided that, okay, let me expand. I'm going to go all the way. Neo Genesis, base set, Jungle, Fossil, and Team Rocket, Gym Leader, Light and Dark. Those 8 series. And that's a lot of cards, because in the base set you have, I think it's 69 Pokemon. If you include all of these, I think there are a lot more. Around, I don't know how many. We're gonna find out, but obviously I don't want to collect, trainers and energies and things like that. I'm gonna let that go. Maybe I'll collect them later, but for now I'm focusing on only the Pokemon from these 8 series. That's gonna be a lot of cards. Let's find out how many cards of Pokemon there are in each of these series, or not in each, let's say in total, if we include all of them. Okay, chat, how many Pokemon are there in total, in terms of, if I'm a collector and want to collect them all from these series: base set, Neo Genesis, Fossil, Gym Leader, Team Rocket, Light and Dark, and Jungle. I think that's all, right? If I want to collect all of them, how many Pokemon are there? If how many cards are there if you exclude the trainers and the gyms? I mean, the trainers and the energies and things like that. Only Pokemon. How many cards are there in total?
To find the total number of Pokemon cards in the sets you mentioned, we'll break it down by each set and add them together. Base set, 102 cards, 83 Pokemon excluding trainers and energy. Jungle, 64 Pokemon cards, 48 Pokemon cards. Fossil, 62 cards, 47 Pokemon cards. Gym Heroes, 132 cards, 90 Pokemon cards. Gym Challenge, 132 cards, 92 Pokemon cards. Neo Genesis, 111 cards. Adding these up equals 526 Pokemon cards. So, there are a total of 526 Pokemon cards across these sets, excluding trainers and energy cards.
Damn, that's a lot of cards. 526 cards. It's gonna take a lot of time to get them all, a lifetime even. But what I know is that if I keep going, I will get there eventually. Maybe when I'm 80 or something, but it's cool to document it. What I wanted to say is, one thing I want you to understand, for those who don't know, there are different things that kind of tell you whether the card you have is premium or not. If you want to collect the best of the best, you have to make sure that it's graded. It's graded by PSA, which is a company that grades cards. A lot of noises come in, so I apologize. If a card has PSA 10, like my card, 3 of my cards have, I only have 3 of them thus far, as I showed you in the last video. But if your card has a PSA 10, I don't want to flex with this Typhlosion. I was going to show you that one anyways, but this was the first one that I got from my bag. But if you have, on Neo Genesis, the first series that ever came out, base set, a lot of things differentiate the most premium cards from those that are not premium. But from the other series, that I'm talking about, Jungle, Fossil, Neogenesis, Gym Leader, and things like that, you have other things. You don't have the same criterias. First of all, to have a premium card, you have to have a PSA 10. So PSA grades cards from 0 to 10. Card knowers know this already, so this is for those who don't know, who are new to this. PSA is a company that grades cards that you send them. So if a card gets, let's say a card gets 0, that means, or not 0, 5, 6, a grade of 5, 6 out of 10, that means that it's not very well. It's what do you call it? English is not my first language, so I have to think a little. It's not very well maintained. It has a lot of, dents and things like that. Maybe it's torn up a little. But if it's Gem Mint 10, which is the highest rate, that means that it's totally pristine. And that's the cards that I'm collecting. So obviously every series that I'm talking about has to have Gem Mint 10. And also another thing that every series of cards has that I'm collecting, premium, has to be first edition. I don't know if you can see it. So first edition and Gem Mint 10. That means it's the highest of the high from that series. But the base set, which is the first set, has something, if you pardon me a little, I'm gonna find some cards from the base set. Beautiful day, by the way. Norwegian nature. Look at the forests there. Sometimes it's like a Pokemon world, The base set, which is basically the first set of Pokemon cards that got printed. This one, Poliwag, for example. This one, from this set, of course, if I'm collecting premium cards, they also have to be Gem Mint 10, PSA graded, pristine and good condition, or perfect condition almost. But from this set and first edition, like the other series and other sets, but it also has to be shadowless. No shadows around the corner, because the first prints of this series, the base series, had no shadows around the corner. And it also has to have, I don't know if you can see this first edition stamp. I don't know what you're seeing on camera, but maybe you are. The one there has to be thick, not thin. That means that it's really the first early printed cards, because the first printed cards have a thick first number 1 there, while everything that came after the first prints had a thin one, like you saw on my Typhlosion. So there are some additional characteristics that base set has that the other series don't have, which is no shadows around the border and thick stamp. But otherwise, it's first edition and PSA 10. That's what I'm collecting, premium cards. The highest of the high, 526. It's gonna take a lot of time, but hold on. I just gotta put this back into my bag again. I'm on my way home. Look at this forest. Damn, this is so beautiful. It's in the ice. One thing I like about this, a beach in the summer is beautiful, but in the winters, you have half of it being snow and ice. Yeah, so that's it. Collecting all of them. It's gonna be hard, a lifetime almost, but every time I get a new card, or anytime I have something to, oh damn, my mic. Every time I have something to say, I will post something. And thus far, 3 out of 526. We can make it happen. Subscribe if you like this video, like. I have a Patreon as well, easy access. Every time I upload a video, you'll get it 5 days later on YouTube. So Patreon gets exclusive posts as well, not videos, but letters. So appreciate it. Follow my journey. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a hard but fun journey. Peace.